Okay, hi, welcome to week 11 of STEMEY molecular biology. Today we're going to go over genetics and heredity.
So when we talk about laws of inheritance, we're going to be talking about Mendel's laws. And he states that with inheritance, the offspring will inherit a hybrid mix of the two parents, and that genes usually occur in pairs in ordinary body cells or autosomal cells, yet segregate during the formation of sex cells. And he also states that parental genes are randomly separated to the sex cells, and the offspring inherit one genetic allele or factor or gene from each parent.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the patterns of inheritance. So there's three of them. The first one is dominant. So that means that the trait or gene occurs in every generation, and a single copy of this gene is enough to pass it on. So basically, if you have just one copy of this gene, then it will be visible. And so you can kind of think of it as like stronger than the recessive gene, which is the second pattern. So you need two copies of this gene to pass on the trait, and it's not seen in every generation. And then the third one is sex-linked, so that means that the trait is passed down through X or Y chromosomes, also known as sex chromosomes. And you can see all three of these in the picture.
So the way that we're going to determine what genes and traits that each offspring are going to have is through Punnett squares, and they're basically a chart that can easily help determine the genetic outcome of the offspring from the two parents. And you basically combine each corner of the square to get the genetic outcome. So for the first parent, you can see they have the lowercase g and lowercase g alleles, and the other parent has the uppercase g and the lowercase g. And you would basically combine the different alleles that each parent has and see what outcomes are possible for the offspring. And those are shown inside the squares.
Okay, so now we're gonna go over pedigree charts. So pedigrees are a chart that shows the presence or absence of a particular trait within a family across generations. And they use different symbols to represent different family members of the generation. So in the picture on the right, you can see circle is a female, square is a male. The filled in square, that means that the person is affected with a trait. The crossed the cross through the circle means that person is deceased. Um, this symbol means that they're twins. If it's in brackets, the person is adopted. And then if it's a triangle, that means that a miscarriage happened. And so in this top square, you can see when there's a horizontal line going through that represents the marriage line. And then the line going down from that horizontal line is the line of descent. And the other horizontal line that also has a line coming down, so not just going to them, but coming down separately, that means that they're siblings, so that's the sibling line. And then these are Roman numerals on the side that represent the generation number. Okay, that was it for our genetics and heredity lesson. Thank you all for listening.